What's going on, guys? JPP2 here. Hope you guys are enjoying your Monday. And for today's video, I'm going to be doing a deck list review of the deck that got me to Diamond 1 from Diamond 4 after the Cosmic Ocean pack was released. With the Cosmic Ocean, the cards that came out, 3 cards in specific, the Advent for Fluanderies, which is basically giving them a huge consistency boost, makes it go up all the way to tier 1, even competing for the number 1 spot for tier 1, which currently is branded Despia. And then 2 other cards that are extremely toxic that should be just removed from Master Duel if you guys ask me, are the Numbers Evil along with Salesman. Now if you guys don't know what those cards are, I suggest you look them up, because if you are considering climbing in ranked, they will come up every single time. A brief overview is that Numbers Evil says that as long as your opponent controls a special summoned monster, you can go into a 4 material Rongo Bongo. So 4 material Wrong Maniac, and afterwards the second card comes in, which is the Salesman. Salesman states that you can call out a card name. That card becomes not able to activate its effect. So now you have a 4 material Rongo on the field. You call out Rongo's name, that card will make Rongo not able to activate its effect. But the 4 card effect still is there. The 4 material effect is still there. Basically a side block for your opponent and a 3k beef stick on the field. Also, if you control the monster that you call out with Salesman, that effect is permanent. So throughout the full duel, that effect stays. Extremely toxic tech, which I don't know what Konami was thinking releasing along with buffing up Floos. So you will see that card be teched in Numerons, in Eldlich, in Floos players. So it's everywhere. So I suggest you look it up, build around it. Now this is the deck list that got me to Diamond 1 from Diamond 4, playing under all those nasty cards. Yes, we have cut down to 40 cards. Now the major changes in this deck list over the one that I showed you previously to counter out the branded Despia meta is that instead of running the Shadow Imprisoning Mirror, we are running the Skill Drain. Yes sir, we are back to running Skill Drain. This is the tech I used to run from Season 1 to Season 5 until DPE got released. That's when I took out Skill Drain, but prank kids can very easily play under Skill Drain, and this single card kills Floos players completely. Now if you guys don't like this card, if you guys are facing against Eldlich players way more often, what you can do is take out this card and tech in this card. Now there's a reason why I'm not teching in this card. It's a UR. Not many people own enough dust to craft UR cards, but you can use this card to kill off Floos players as well as Eldlich players. So this card states each player can only control 1 monster of each type. So there can be only 1. Each type meaning Floos players only play Winged Beast. So if they normal out a, let's say Rabina, you flip this card over, they cannot do anything after that. They're stuck on Rabina. As long as Rabina stays on the field, they're stuck with it. Prank kids can very easily play under there can be only 1 as well, because every single one of your monster is different attribute. Fancy's being Thunder, Dropsy's being Aqua, Lampsy's being Pyro, Roxy's being your Earth. Now the only situation that comes up in the prank is with this, there can be only 1 tech, is that your Fancy's is a Thunder and your Diddle-Doo is a Thunder and your Butler is a Thunder. So you cannot simultaneously put Fancy's plus Diddle-Doo on the field. That's the only downside part. Anything aside from that, you can completely play. Now Colossus is a Thunder type monster along with Butler, so you will be forced to keep either Colossus or Butler on the field. I mean, the choice is pretty obvious. If your opponent does get rid of your Colossus, you flip over there can be only 1, and then your Butler starts popping cards. There is a choice of whether you want to flip over there can be only 1 or not. It's not like you have to flip it over every single game, but I'm just giving you guys options. So let's get the prank kids out of the way. We have 2 Fancies, 3 Dropsies, 3 Lampsies, 2 Roxys, 2 Plays, 1 Pranks, 1 Pandemonium. That is your full prank kids tech. Another big thing is that I have cut out the Adventures engine from this deck list. Now hear me out. The reason for doing that is that basically you take up 7 spots in your main deck to have 4 cards that allow you to go into your full Adventures engine. But your Enchantress can get Ash Blossomed, and if you have no way to recycle Enchantress, after that your whole Adventure combo is dead. You can draw into the Garnets. Just having the Griffin in your hand or having Draco back in your hand are Garnets. You could even draw into Fateful Adventure. Yes, it offers a chain block, but it's not that important at that point, because you are running a bunch of tech that does out the meta completely if you take out the full Adventure engine. So I thought, why not experiment with all that? And I started experimenting. I made this deck list without the Adventure engine, added a bunch of hand traps to counter the meta, and guess what? In 2 streaming sessions, I believe close to 5 hours of gaming time in rank match, I went from Diamond 4 to Diamond 1, which is pretty good if you guys ask me. So now let's start the first card we have, 3 of Druna Lockbird. Again, in this meta, Floo heavy meta, you need this card. If you don't have it, I suggest you tech it in any deck you play. Even Floo players themselves are teching in Druna Lockbird. That's how important this card is in this meta. Then we have 1 copy of Maxi. The reason why I only have 1 copy is because I want to use it as a cross-out designate target. If I did not have to worry about Maxi, I would not even bother putting Maxi in my deck list. Again, it's a Floo heavy meta, along with, like, if you climb past Diamond 3, all you see, in my opinion, is Floo, Eldlich, and some other deck, some other time, once or twice, but it's mostly Floo and Eldlich. So Maxi is a useless card against them. Again, it's just a target for a cross-out at that point. Then we have 1 of the Nemesis Flag, 2 of the Nemesis Corridor. I have kept this, I'm liking this, so I'm sticking with that. Then we have 3 copies of Ash Blossom. This card is extremely important again in this meta. Against Eldlich, you Ash Blossom any of their Eldlichers. Against Floo, Ash Blossom their Robina or Eaglin if they don't chain block right. Or you could even Ash Blossom the Advent Search for the map. Then you could Ash Blossom, I believe, the Branded Fusion as well against branded players if you do run into them. So pretty good card to keep in your deck list. Then we have 2 copies of Lancia. Again, this card makes it so that Floo players cannot play the game. If this resolves, Floo players just pass their turn. This card is really good against Despia players as well because they cannot banish cards. Again, also really good against Eldlich players because generally they want to banish cards at the end of the turn, at their end of the turn, and if you activate this, they cannot banish cards, set down cards on the field. So pretty good stuff. Then we have 1 copy of the Duster, 1 of the Instant Fusion, 1 Thunder Dragon Fusion, 3 of the Twin Twisters. Now Twin Twisters I'm running is because if you're playing against a Floo player and you have Twin Twisters in your hand, what you can do is put your activation on, and then in the draw phase, you activate Twin Twisters because it is a quick play spell. You pitch 1 card from your hand and you destroy their map and their Dreaming Town. That way, they are stuck with nothing. They only have M-Pen on the field and that's it. That means you can normal out your card and the Floo player's turn does not become our turn and you can do your full combo. Granted, M-Pen does kill off the Link monsters so you cannot search, but it is still something. You can still pull something off. Then we have 2 copies of Call by the Grave, pretty standard tech, 1 of Crossout, 3 Imperms. The reason for Imperm is that in case you have Twin Twister plus Imperm, you can Imperm the M-Pen, go full Butler combo along with Twin Twisters to destroy the Dreaming Town plus their map. Also Imperm if the opponent does not have the Advent or Book of Moon, you can Imperm out the Robina or the Eaglin and their turn is pretty much over after that. And at the end, I told you guys, there is 2 copies of Steel Drain. I have gone back to my dark days, okay? I used to run this card, as I said, in Season 1 through 5. So there it is. It kills off Floo players completely. Against Eldlich, it is pretty useless. But against Floo, ooh, chef's kiss right there. For the extra deck, pretty standard. I have not done any changes. 1 Rocket Ride, 1 Weather Washer, 1 Colossus, 1 Butler, 1 Totally Awesome, 1 Meow Moo, 2 of the Doodle Doo, 1 Bow Wow, 1 Predaplant, 1 of the Nightmare, 1 Boral Sword Dragon, 1 Roaster, 1 Access Code, and 1 Underworld Goddess. Now the Roaster in this meta is extremely important because you are playing against back row sets heavily at this point. So if you guys ever start with 2 cards in your hand, 2 different named Trinkets cards in your hand, I suggest you always pull off 2 card full combos. Always go into roster, because 7 or 8 out of 10 games you will be facing off against back row set. So there you have it. This is my deck list. You guys can copy it, play with it. You guys can add in your own tech to this. Let me know how your own tech, if you add or subtract, works out for you in the comment section below. And this is JPB signing out for today. I'll be seeing you all in the next video. Peace!